Good duck. You're up front.
At this time of year, everything is endlessly beautiful. We plant and garden and build, and there is new life everywhere we look.
Hey everyone! So honestly we haven't been getting a lot of farm work done at the moment. With these new additions to the family, meet Mushroom, Ghost, Thug and Cosmos. This is Cosmos, who keeps falling asleep under a little flower hat, so we named her after the beautiful pink flower. My baby comes out. Isn't it?
At the end of spring, everything is shifting and growing, and there is so much change in the air. The creeks fill blue with new life that the rain brings. And the ducks, in their soft innocence, learn to play and duck dive in the clear waters. We learn so much from this, and take the time to enjoy these slow, special moments of life in the countryside. Finding the balance in our routines between stillness, play, and work is so important for us. It's these little things that really matter, like dancing in the sunset and stopping to appreciate the joy that nature brings. The big she oak sits with its roots in the water. It is so tall and strong and looks so happy for the fresh, mineral-rich water flowing down from the mountains.
You're going.
This is our puppy Clover. He is a Maremma, which is a guardian breed. This means that he is slowly learning to care for all of the animals. And he is already so sweet and caring for the baby duckling. He is still a puppy, but he is learning so much already. We hope for him to protect all of the animals from predators, like snakes, crows, goannas, wild dogs, or foxes. Moth is getting so pregnant. Each day she's getting rounder, and we think she's due in a couple of weeks. Clover the guardian dog will learn to protect her kid and make sure that they are safe from any predators. But first, he's learning to swim. Our childhood dog, Lockie, passed away over a year ago now, and we miss his presence so much. So many things still remind us of our beautiful memories of him, but it feels like this chapter of our life has passed with Lockie. With Clover comes a new chapter, different and unfamiliar, but so full of joy.
You're way smaller than I thought.
Maggie is jealous of all the attention, but isn't game to go for a swim herself. Today has been so much fun, swimming and playing with all of the animals. But tomorrow we have a lot of work to do. In our time in nature, we have learnt the art of balance. To balance work and play, to balance our own needs with others, and to balance caring for the animals, the land, and ourselves. Nature teaches us this in the most beautiful and obvious ways. We learn the importance of balance by watching the balance in the weather. How, after a dry winter, the monsoonal rain comes, and most days are filled with storms and showers. This rain fills the creeks, lets the grass grow and the waterfalls flow. And a gloomy afternoon storm brings the most incredible sunset, filled with rainbows and mist and the deepest pinks. In the morning, the whipbirds call out, and the spangled drongos sing. The common coal coos and marks the beginning of the wet season. Storms fix nitrogen in the soil, and the next day it is so clear, the grass has turned so green, and the plants seem happy. We give the ducks a special bath each day. They are growing up so fast. Hi, it's Anastasia and Mushroom the duck here, and today we are planting in the garden and finishing the big duck pen. We just need to add electricity to it so that the big ducks are safe in the nighttime from predators and stuff. And there's a few little holes that I need to fill. And these little guys are helping me. But I keep getting distracted by this little cutie. You are so adorable. It's starting to rain, so I'm taking the little duckies home. You don't like rain, do you? We're going to bring the boys down to the garden to introduce them to their new pen and duck yard. They are so excited about their new home.
Duck, duck, ducks.
Julia is planting a fig tree. The land gives us so much energy, meaning, and purpose. To balance this, we try to give back as much as we can by clearing weeds, regenerating the bush, and by planting trees. The simple act of planting a tree feels so immense. It feels incredible knowing that this small action will bring so much change and growth. Thanks to the support of our patrons, we are able to plant trees most weeks. The black sapoti tree is so full of fruit. The abundant fruit is always a reminder of how much change you can make with a single action. Our father planted this tree from one seed decades ago. Now, even though he has passed, we spend our spring climbing, picking fruit, and laughing in the shade of the tree that he planted. We are now nourished and comforted by the tree that grew from a single seed so many years ago. In summer, the Australian flying fox, which is a fruit bat, comes at night, screeching and collecting all of the fruit. The flying foxes have begun to take the fruit, so we're picking lots. The ones that are already overripe are a special treat for the sheep and goats. We have a lot of work to do before the end of the day, but we have learned to balance our days with so many breaks for cuddles and pats. On each duck pen, we attach an electric fence, which sends out little zaps so that if any predator tries to touch the pen, they get a little zap to warn them away. We're adding an electric wire that runs all the way to the new pen, so that they will be safe from predators. It's a big job because the pen is so far away, but we're excited to move the ducks into their new pen. We had these sticks to stop the goats from jumping the fence. Now that there's a top wire, we think that we can remove them and no naughty bouncy goat will be able to jump over to the orchard that we planted here. We're taking down the old electric wire and moving it to the fence line, where it will come up to the hill to all the pens. We are reusing all the materials from the old fence.
You have probably noticed, but with summer here, I just keep getting distracted and climbing trees and swimming in creeks and just doing no work at all. But I just can't not because, I don't know, now that summer is here, it just rains so much. And now suddenly the rain stopped and everything's green and it's so beautiful and I just keep exploring everywhere.
The night was open, the rain was golden upon our shoulders and in my eyes. I've been hoping for this moment. I couldn't have made it if I tried. So soon I knew you'd be mine. But I was broken.
Look at how big the jackfruits are getting. They're not big enough yet, but hopefully soon. I'm so excited for them. There's almost no mangoes left in the tree because of all the rain, but look at all the lychees. There's so many. Last year we had a wet year and there were none. I never know with lychees. Sometimes there's just so many of them and sometimes there's none. I don't know why it happens.
The many fruit trees across the farm were planted by our grandparents and parents. In their actions so many years ago, they planted meaning and nourishment for the future. The gift of nourishment and growth is the most magical thing. Our dad and our grandparents have passed now, but in each ripening mango or flourishing lychee, we remember them and their intentions. Their purpose lives on, and each tree holds their will within its branches. It's now our turn to give back to the land and pay it forward to future generations. Every week we plant and care for trees around the farm. Today we're checking on the trees we planted months ago in the orchard. Planting a tree is the easiest part, but making sure it has the ability to continue to grow is hard work. We first had to make sure that no naughty sheep or goats would get into this paddock, so we had a lot of fencing and then re-fencing to do. We made a gate from recycled materials. We added more fencing again to make sure that the duckies stayed in the paddock, eating the grass and weeds. We let the sheep in to eat all the grass, and then we brush cut the remaining weeds. And finally, it was time to plant. We planted so many trees: figs, limes, lemons, and avocados. They're going really well now, but with all the summer growth, we're mulching them to stop the weeds from coming up and to retain moisture in the soil. We also planted pumpkins around the bases of all the trees, and these act like a living mulch. It's so rewarding to think that these trees will grow as tall and strong as the ones that our family planted so many years ago.
It is such a hot day today, and I think it's finally time for a swim in the dam. Clover's already half gone in. He's still scared of the water. He only went in fully that one time when he was a little puppy, but we're trying to teach him to go in.
Give me a moment to catch my thoughts and end this summer will not keep me. I need the time to find voices that keep me on the path to love and keep me on the path to know beyond I've been dreaming of a time where I can rest my mind for a minute, baby, for a moment from all the movement, baby, just be in it. Give me a moment to dream. World just spinning round in you, and I can feel their movements. I will wander now beyond the atmosphere, among the stars, far beyond the clouds above. The open sky will be winding deep, flowing into those that beyond our minds.
What am I gonna take? Our grandfather planted this tree years ago, and it's the most incredible place to just sit and be still. It's a big old mango tree, and its branches stretch right across the water. It's so relaxing to just be here and reflect on the day.
This week, we're excited to partner with Yours app, an app that focuses on well-being, rejuvenating your body, mind, and soul with musical soundscapes, meditations, sleep stories, and advice from psychologists. You can get 60% off Yours app at yoursapp.com/mother, or use our discount code MOTHER. We are so privileged to be able to sit in nature, but this isn't possible for everyone. We find Yours app a great solution to reduce stress and anxiety or to fall asleep. When we feel overwhelmed or we are unable to sleep, we add this calmness to our self-care routine. I'm usually a very energetic person, and I find it hard to slow down sometimes. I never know where to start with meditation, but Yours app has made it so easy, tailoring the content to my personal needs. It's a really warm and personalized experience with a super inclusive atmosphere. Go to yoursapp.com/mother to get a 60% discount off from the yearly Yours app subscription using our code MOTHER.
It's been such a hot day and a wind's just blown in and it feels so good. I'm gonna plant this tree because it feels like there's a really big storm coming and I'd love to get it in the ground before the rain comes. Its leaves have even been singed in the heat of the day, so it's definitely time to plant it. We're going to plant it down here under the duck pen because all of the poop from the ducks has washed down there and will fertilize the soil really nicely. And the chooks have scratched it all up down there, so it's a perfect spot.
Thanks so much to our patrons for all of your support. It is because of you that we are able to plant these trees each week.
I'm making a dal out of these green mangoes. I've never actually cooked with green mango before, but I'm excited by it. We'll see how it turns out.
And
We have so many different mango varieties on the farm, but these are Namdok mais that you can cook with when they're green, but they also ripen into this really rich, sweet flavour.
The music in this video is by Indira Elias, a longtime friend who grew up a few valleys over. Her whimsical and poetic music always takes us to the calmest days spent in nature. Every time we listen, we are moved so deeply. You can find her links in our description.
To learn from the beauty of the morning mist rising through the rainforest, the absolute joy and freedom of the animals, the simplicity of the summer light, and the complexity of each tree fern. We have learned to see beauty in everything around us, and that nature holds all the answers to every question.
Wouldn't be so lonely now if I knew you. I wouldn't be so lonely. Take you close.
We have learnt to feel at home amongst the vastness of nature and to create to the rhythms of the land.
All those other nights were meant. I just can't do it to my heart again. Couldn't keep my eyes from you at the door.
This week we've been so inspired by our simple life. The stillness and beauty of nature motivates us to create. Julia is inspired by the subtle changes in the season, the shifting light and the cycles of the weather. Julia is painting a portrait of her close friend who grew up here in the rainforest but has now moved away.
It's a drink I wish that I could soak through my
This summer, lots of bunya nuts have fallen. These beautiful giant trees have grown here for over 100 million years. The trees can grow to be 600 years old, and their heavy pine cones fall off in the summer. Millions of years ago, these pine cones were food for dinosaurs. The nuts have always been used as bush food by Indigenous Australians, and the bunya forests are very culturally significant. This is the land of the Arakwal and Minjibul people of the Bundjalung Nation. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country that we live on, and recognise their continuing connection to the forest, land, and waters. A few of the seeds are sprouting, so I'm planting them in the bush above the shed. A few years ago, in the biggest drought this area has ever seen, a bushfire came and burnt this ridge. It was terrifying to see the effects of the climate crisis firsthand, and years later many trees have died and lots still show scars from the fire. We've been working hard to clear the invasive species, and we're so excited by how far it's come. A seed is hope. Hope for the land, for the future, and for us. We hope for these trees to grow tall and strong and to reforest this land. And we hope in 600 years they will still be here for future generations to sit in their shade, play in their roots, and collect their abundance.
Give me a moment to catch my thoughts. An endless summer will not keep me. I need the time to find voices that keep me on the path to love now. Keep me on the path to know beyond my own. I've been dreaming of a time where I can rest my mind for a minute, baby, for a moment.
Juliet always says that she focuses on each small step while painting. Thinking about a painting as a whole can be overwhelming, but taking each piece as it comes makes it achievable. In these small, gradual changes, everything comes together.
Give me a moment to dream a bit. Worlds are spinning round in union. I can feel their movements.
We try to apply this in any overwhelming situation, when we don't know how to fix a fence, if we're feeling down, or if everything feels like too much. Slowing down and taking everything a step at a time always gives us perspective.
Far beyond the clouds above, the open sky will be winding deep, flowing into those that beyond our minds. Oh, come with me, far above the clouds and through the sky. stop beating. I told you there wasn't a chance. It was pity again that it stopped for a dance, and they whisper the promise of kisses, caresses, and live at the side of your bright colored dresses. It's evening. Behold, you would have stopped for a glance, but bitter grows the heart after failed romance, and they whisper